Hey guys, welcome back to Practical Relief. This channel is dedicated to bringing you the latest news on everything CBD, hemp, and THC related. There's a lot of information out there, some good, some bad, and I'm here to bring you the good stuff. Now today we're going to be talking about CBD dosage, how much to take for pain, anxiety, and sleep. Now every day I have customers come in and they ask me, Lance, how much should I take? Is there too much? Can I overdose? Is it addicting? Um, I've heard someone taking a low amount and they're not feeling anything. Should I take more? There's answers to all those questions, and I think this article here written by Livy Ashton kind of sums it all up. So we're going to go over it here today. So let's see. So you've bought yourself some CBD, but one question remains unanswered. How much CBD oil should I take? This one dropper daily enough? Is one dropper daily enough to manage symptoms? What's the best CBD dosage for specific conditions? This article is going to blow the doors wide open on dosing CBD. You'll understand the ins and outs of dosing cannabinoid, learn how to properly manage your CBD dose with different products, and learn the important differences between dosing CBD oils for different types of symptoms. All right, so CBD doses. How much CBD oil should I take? A one-size-fits-all dosage for CBD does not exist. Even the FDA doesn't provide a recommended daily intake for CBD. So yes, this is correct. It depends on many different things, and this article actually goes through it, so we'll just keep going. CBD acts on 60 different molecular pathways, meaning it has a very complex relationship with the body and the brain. It's difficult to come up with a definitive dosing guideline that would help any person, regardless of individual psychology. Some CBD manufacturers give you their own dosage recommendations, but they do so to provide new users with a general point of reference. It's impossible to tell if a specific dosage is the right amount for a given person because it does not address a few critical variables, which we're going to discuss here below. All right, so there's 8 factors that this article gives us for important considerations for dosing CBD. Number 1 is the potency of the product. Number 2, the bioavailability of the chosen product. Number 3, your unique biochemistry. Number 4, prior experience with CBD. Number 5, your weight. Number 6, your metabolism. Number 7, the severity of your condition. And number 8, other medications you're currently taking. All right, so we're going to go all the way down here to number 1. Decide what form of CBD to use. Now, currently, the most common way to deliver CBD to your system is through CBD oil drops. They're relatively easy to use and allow you to absorb CBD directly into the bloodstream, as opposed to capsules and edibles. However, pure CBD oil has a distinct earthy taste. Some find this flavor too harsh and somewhat bitter. If you don't like the taste of CBD oils, something like a capsule, gummy, or vape oil might be a better option. The above routes of administration are typically preferred by people who need fast relief from anxiety, stress, pain, or inflammation. And yes, those are probably the top 4 reasons why people use CBD. And they're probably the most effective at battling those certain ailments. Now, other popular methods include CBD edibles, capsules, and topicals. Topicals are a better option if the area you're trying to treat is on the skin, joints, or muscle. Remember when I mentioned the importance of chosen consumption method on your dosage regimen? Here's why it matters. All right, so now we're going to get into checking the bioavailability of your product. Bioavailability refers to the percentage of ingested CBD that your body absorbs into the bloodstream. And basically what that means is how quickly and how much of the CBD that you're ingesting actually is being processed and gone through your bloodstream. So actually the most effective way to take CBD is by inhaling it or smoking with vapes. That's why I recommend for If they're smoking cigarettes and they're trying to quit, smoking oil vape, that option is infinitely better. It's very safe and it's the most effective way. So you'll get the uh, the the CBD effects more quickly and more pronounced with CBD vapes. So below, we'll find the bioavailability of 4 different delivery methods: CBD topicals, CBD capsules and edibles, CBD oil drops, and CBD vapes. So like how it says here, CBD vapes is roughly around 56% bioavailability. It's the highest and the most efficient way to take CBD. Second to that is CBD oil drops, 20 to 30%. And that's why when you use CBD oils, you'll want to hold it under your tongue for 30 to 90 seconds so that it your sublingual glands absorb the CBD, and so that's why you hold it under your tongue for that amount of time so that it has enough time to properly absorb everything. CBD capsules and edibles. Edibles are the least efficient way to take CBD. It's going to be the slowest time to feel the effects, and it's going to take you a lot more of the product to feel the effects. CBD topicals, that's in kind of a different realm because it's administered on the skin, so it doesn't actually get to your bloodstream. Now there have been some studies with certain types of topical applications that it does provide bioavailability, but that's why it says right here that it's less than 1%, because it doesn't actually reach the bloodstream and it's just administered topically, of course. Now, for example, if you consume 15 milligrams of CBD in oral drops, you are going to end up with 4 to 6 times the amount of CBD in your body than you would with a capsule containing the same concentrate. Exactly. That's just explaining what I just said. It's going to take you a lot more to feel the effects with the use of capsules and edibles. The bioavailability of CBD topicals is measured at 0% because none of the CBD applied to the skin makes it to the bloodstream. Exactly. Instead, CBD reaches the cannabinoid receptors in the skins and muscles. So yeah. Number 3 is talk to a physician. Before taking any CBD product, I advise you consult with a physician. This is the best way to make sure that CBD or other supplements you're taking won't interfere with any medications you may be taking. It's also the best way to rule out any major causes for your symptoms before starting supplementation. Yes, definitely I recommend if you haven't talked to your doctor already before you come in or before you go to any CBD store or thinking about buying CBD, I would definitely consult your doctor. In my experience, most people's doctors are pretty okay with the alternative method as CBD. They just make sure, or they just tell you to make sure that you do your own research and you make sure that you are going with a brand that, like I said in my past videos, has a third-party lab results for each batch, and that they're transparent on their website, and they actually label everything that's in their product on the labels correctly. Now, here we are. Start with a lower dose than you think you need. Everybody has a different history with the use of certain substances, supplements, and medications. And since they're all made differently, what works wonders for you might not work for your friend, and vice versa. The best way to determine your initial dosage is to count it by your body weight. Experts recommend starting with 1 to 6 milligrams of CBD per pound. Low doses allow the user to monitor the body's reaction more effectively. And yeah, that's pretty good advice. It's kind of like the general advice, I would say. Um, Basically, it depends on how much you're hurting or what exactly you want CBD, or what your goal is with CBD use. So I definitely would talk to uh, the customer prior to them choosing a product and kind of vet their situation and make a recommendation based on that. Later in the article, it tells you for specific ailments, a general usage guide, but we're going to continue here. Gradually increase the dosage until you notice the difference. Yeah, I'm not going to go over that. Pretty much the same thing. You want to start off slow and your desired effects if you don't feel it, or if you feel it a little bit and you want to feel a little bit more, all you have to do is just take a little bit more. Um, there are some unwanted effects such as like sleeplessness or sleepiness, lower blood pressure, lightheadedness, or diarrhea. The side effects are a cue to dial your dose back to the last one that didn't produce these effects. So yeah, if you're getting any of those effects, if you want sleepiness, then good on you. But as for the other side effects, that just simply means that you're taking a little bit too much and you can dial it back a little bit and you should be fine. CBD for the most part is very safe and won't affect you massively. You won't have a negative impact uh, such as like opioids and other pain medications. All right, so how to measure your CBD oil dosage. So CBD drops come in dropper bottles, sort of like this one right here. This is actually from SunMed. This is 1 fluid ounce and has 30 milliliters, or 1 fluid ounce and 30 milliliters, and each dropper contains 33 milligrams per dropper. So it says it right there on the bottle. Most bottles, if not all bottles, should say the dose, the amount that is in each dropper. So this allows the person, if you take it half a dropper in the morning, half a dropper at night, 30 days. However, if you're experiencing more pain, you probably want to take more, so it'll probably last a lot less, but stuff is very good. So, all right, so yeah, this is just explaining what I just explained pretty much, so we don't have to go over that. Now, how to measure your CBD vape oil dosage. Generally, I don't have one on me right now, but we have pre-made oil cartridges that are disposable and pretty standard screw for most vapes, and you can easily dose with it, so you don't have to pour it in yourself or anything like that. All right, so recommended CBD dosage for pain, anxiety, and sleep. CBD dosage for anxiety. So most studies have investigated the use of CBD to treat social anxiety. One of the first studies, which was replicated many times since the initial publication, points to a dosage of 40 milligrams of sublingual CBD as an effective treatment for social anxiety. However, specific cases of anxiety disorders may call for an increase up to 300 milligrams of CBD. So that is, yeah, it just really depends on the severity of the situation. If you have mild anxiety or anxiety in certain situations, 40 milligrams or less would probably do you fine. Now, if you have severe social anxiety, like you can't even think about going outside, then yes, upwards to 300 milligrams would be effective. Now, CBD dosage for different levels of pain. This is kind of going to go through the same thing, 2.5 to 20 milligrams, depending on how bad the pain is. However, with chronic pain, the addition of THC would make, alongside with CBD, makes it much more effective for pain management. And not so much for anxiety, because one of the side effects of THC is the psychoactive effect, which does give people anxiety sometimes. Depends on the person. But with chronic pain, the full spectrum, which are CBD with 0.3% THC, and they are the extraction method is specific, a supercritical CO2 extraction method. For tinctures like those, chronic pain would be perfect for. So broad spectrum, full spectrum, there's a difference between the two. Broad spectrum is just CBD with no THC, and full spectrum is THC with CBD, but just a very small amount of THC. So most people, well, not most people, but a lot of people are not for having THC in their system for whatever reason. It could be for their workplace. They get drug tested frequently, and they don't want to have THC in the system, which is understandable. Um, Even though it's the most effective way to use CBD with chronic pain, we also have the broad spectrum of variants which don't contain any THC, which will be a little bit less effective, but if you're not taking CBD, it's going to be an amount of effectiveness. All right, so CBD dosage to improve sleep quality. CBD is known for its ability to reduce stress and anxiety and mitigate both pain and inflammation. These factors are important when it comes to maintaining proper sleep quality, but there's also one more benefit you should be aware of. At higher dosages, CBD may induce sleepiness, allowing the user to fall asleep faster without experiencing the stream of racing thoughts. Depending on the frequency and severity of your symptoms, you may need to be between 25 to 175 milligrams of CBD daily to combat them. So yeah, so for improving sleep quality, you're definitely going to want to take on the high end of the CBD spectrum. I would say like 50 to 75, just because you're going to want to take a little bit more than you would for anxiety and pain, because you want to get that sleepiness effect like it just mentions here. And this is kind of just a FAQ, final thoughts. The ideal dosage that would work for everyone doesn't exist. The nature of cannabinoid is very complex, so is the cannabis plant, and there are too many outside variables that can influence CBD absorption. The potency of your product, its bioavailability, your weight, the severity of the condition, cannabinoid spectrum, they all matter. Exactly. So like I've been saying this whole video, it just depends on the person. So when someone comes into my store, I ask them how they're feeling, what they're going through, what they're taking currently. On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is the pain, or are you trying to sleep, or are you trying to combat anxiety? How much do you weigh? We want to ask all these questions because we want to guide the customer into the right direction. And if you want a little bit more information about CBD, how it works, what good brands, or how to recognize a good brand, and what it's used for, just a little bit more in depth, I do have a free ebook linked down in the description, and it teaches you all that. It's a very quick read, so if you're definitely interested in that, in the link in the description and download. But that's it for today. That's all I really wanted to talk about. Was CBD dosage, how much to take, and the answer is up in the air because there's so many different factors, so many different things to ask, and you just have to ask yourself all these questions and take that into account. So it's better to go talk to someone like your doctor or a CBD professional to give you the right advice, really. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching and listening to me today. Definitely, if you like the video, like, comment, any questions or any topics or any videos that you would like me to do. And I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.